guys, I'm Lori Searle with Yoga and Fitness to Go, and this is Bundle Up, Bundle Down Yoga. I have my friends here, Jacqueline and Michelle, and you're probably thinking, what is she talking about? But here's the deal. There is no excuse not to get fit and not to do yoga. Case in point, I was back in New York over the holidays, and even the weatherman had said that it was so cold outside that you should only spend a few moments outdoors. Now, I decided to brave the city, which was not the wisest thing, and literally between every city block, my shoulders were coming up to the ears, and I would stop at a Starbucks, and I drank a lot of coffee over the holidays, right? And so your body automatically decides to freeze when it's in a freezing environment because you're bracing for the cold, right? We hear those terms all the time. So here are a few things that you can do, little exercises you can do. And listen, if you're not in a cold environment, you can do this at your office, right? It's just a great way to stretch, get into your body, be mindful and present, and in truth, do yoga, right? Simple stretches that anyone can do. So if you're bracing for the cold, right, there's a lot of tensing of the shoulders, so we want to make sure that the head and neck is nice and relaxed. So say you got your scarf, you're ready to go with your scarf, and honestly, you can do this before you go out, or if you're on the subway and you don't have a ton of room, you make room, right? You can make room, and everybody, I can guarantee you're going to want to take it up and over, up and over. I'm not taking it all the way up and over, because what if I don't have the loosest shoulders, right? You don't have to go all the way up and over. And I don't want to hit my friends in the head, okay? So use the space that you're given, right? Up and over, to open up the shoulders. Then you can put your scarf on, right? And then from here, right, you're already bound, right? Like a geisha. So you want to make sure, right, that, and it's like when I was listening, the Peanuts gang, you know how like they don't turn their head, like they turn their whole body to look, and that's how I felt, and that's tension. I mean, you cannot move your muscles, right? So you want to make sure that they're nice and loose. That's all I wanted to do, right? So some shoulder scrunches. You can roll them back a few times, you can shrug them up, and you can take them forward. And then from here we'll do some head rolls, so you want to keep your neck and shoulder nice and loose, so that when you brace for the cold, or when you run to your Starbucks, or dash across the street to get your lunch or your soup to warm up, that you're not completely tense, right? Our muscles remember this tension over and over and over, and so they forget what it's like to be nice and loose and nice and relaxed. If you don't have a lot of space, I say use your chair, or if you have space, you can reach your arm up and over to get a lateral stretch. If not, just hold onto your chair, lean over towards one side, right? So you can lean to your right side, taking your left palm back behind your shoulder blades. That's a great stretch for the left side. Make sure that your belly is nice and strong, nice and in to support the rest of your body, then you can switch sides. I can't really see what they're doing, but I'm hoping they're doing something similar, but it doesn't matter, you can improvise. And that's the great thing about yoga. As long as you're mindful of the moment that you're in and what you're doing, and not thinking about everything else, as long as you're doing it safely, you're doing yoga. Right, kids? And take it up and over. From here, you want to take a little forward fold here, just to kind of round it forward. Right, so you can open up the legs, you can do this standing, you can do this seated, you can do this against your desk. Just fold forward and let everything kind of hang and be loosey-goosey, like one of those bobbleheads. And then you can slowly start to round all the way up. You can come all the way back, too. I like this sort of improvise, but you kind of take your head all the way back and kind of arch to open up the heart a little bit. If you've got a good room, you can take your arms back behind you. And then you're going to want to come up and say you're on the subway, your commute is a half an hour, you have your coffee, you can still do it with your coffee in your hands, right? So you're just going to take your right palm back behind you with your coffee in your left hand. When you're twisting, make sure your left hip is pressing back. You're going to get a delicious detoxifying twist in your low back. Isn't it delicious? Right? Almost as good as the coffee. You can take a sip while you're doing it. Do you have a latte in there? I sure do. Soy latte. Soy latte, okay. What do you have? And then I have
vanilla tea with this.
Ooh, yum. We'll have some of that. Try and twist to the other side. Oh, it feels so good. And then you can come back to center. You can even make sure you have a metal cup. If you're doing a paper cup, skip this exercise. You put it right between your thighs. You're just going to squeeze, just engage the muscles on the leg, inner thigh and outer thigh. Lift your toes to engage the kneecaps. You can wiggle your toes a little bit because it's cold out there, guys. So you want to make sure your joints are nice and lubricated. Same with the fingers. Now Michelle's got her little, what are they called? Glitens? Glitens. Not quite a glove, not quite a mitt, like something on makeup. So you're gonna wanna wiggle your fingers, wrists, the same thing, even the elbows. You could rotate the elbows a little bit. Say you don't have your coffee, or you do and you're done with it, you can do your hip stretch. Taking your right ankle on top of that left thigh, flexing the foot, big breath in, and you can kind of fold, you can read your paper, you know, New York Post, what's going on?
Page 6.
I know, who's sleeping with me? And then you can take a twist here, so just keep crossing the leg and just take a little twist here, get the IT down, the outer thigh, and then you'll switch sides. Right, a few deep breaths will make your commute so much easier, right? You're already, you know, thinking about all the things that you need to do, the laundry list of things to do, so just take a moment, especially if you're commuting. If you're on the East Coast or you're in New York, you don't have to be in your car where we are in Los Angeles. We have to drive and be focused, right? Just focus on breathing and then getting to work and having to deal with all the crazies, right? You do your little twist. That's so un-yogic, I know, but it's not the crazies. The people that are enlightened. And come back to center, and then you can get ready to bundle down or bundle up. Say you're going to be out there bundled up all day, you know, you're in Rockefeller Center, looking at the tree. And these are just simple exercises. You can do 1, 2, 3, all of them, and none of them, throw them away or keep them in your pocket for anytime you're feeling tense, anytime you're waiting, anytime you're frigid, anytime you feel like you're tense. It's a great way to loosen up. Yeah? So thanks guys for joining us for Yoga and Fitness to Go. And on behalf of my friends Jacqueline and Michelle, we thank you. Come check out more unique ways of doing yoga and bringing yoga into your everyday life at yogaandfitnesstogoga.com. Namaste.
Stay warm.
Stay warm.